The Universal Academy of Xenobiology had strict protocols. No weapons. No dangerous specimens. No exceptions. Which made Professor Krelthor's morning all the more confusing when Jake Morrison walked through the airlock doors carrying what could only be described as a nightmare with fur. The creature was massive, easily 200 pounds of corded muscle, razor-sharp teeth, and predatory intelligence. Its species, known as a Velcroth, was banned on 17 civilized worlds. They were ambush predators from a death world in the outer reaches, capable of tearing through standard hull plating with their claws. And Jake Morrison, the human exchange student, had one on a leash. "Morning, Professor," Jake said cheerfully, as if he wasn't casually restraining a creature that had reportedly decimated an entire research station 3 years prior. "Sorry I'm late. Max here needed his walk." The classroom erupted into chaos. Crixian students scrambled over their floating desk pods. A Thorian female shrieked and teleported directly through the wall. Even Professor Krelthor, a veteran of the Galactic Wars, felt his 3 hearts skip simultaneously. "Morrison." Krelthor's voice cracked across all 4 of his vocal cords. "What in the name of the First Mothers are you doing with a Velcroth in my classroom?" Jake looked down at the creature, which was now sitting obediently at his feet, tongue lolling out. "Oh, you mean Max. He's not a Velcroth. He's a German Shepherd. They're pretty common back on Earth." "Common?" squeaked Yix, a small avian student who had taken refuge on top of the climate control unit. "That thing is an apex predator." "Well, yeah," Jake admitted, scratching behind the creature's ears. It made a sound that was disturbingly similar to the purring noise that Crixians made before they vomited. "But we domesticated them like 10,000 years ago. Max here is actually a rescue. Found him at a shelter near Houston. He's a good boy, aren't you, Max?" Max's tail wagged, creating a dangerous arc that cleared 3 more desks. Professor Krelthor was trying very hard not to activate his emergency distress beacon. In his 40 years of teaching, he had dealt with many things. Dimensional parasites in the quantum lab. That incident with the Jovian methane leak. The time a student accidentally created a small singularity during finals week. But this was different. "Morrison," he said slowly, "please explain to me how your species managed to survive long enough to develop space travel when you share your living spaces with creatures that could easily kill you." Jake shrugged. "Oh, lots of things on Earth can kill us. Bears, sharks, crocodiles, hippos, mosquitoes." "Mosquitoes?" interrupted Zara Williams, the only other human in the class. She'd been quiet until now. "I'm not scaring anyone. I'm just being honest." Jake pulled out his data pad and displayed an image. "This is a mosquito. They're about this big." He held his fingers millimeters apart. "They've killed more humans than any other creature in our history. Hundreds of millions, actually." The classroom went silent. Even the environmental systems seemed to hold their breath. "You're telling me," Professor Krelthor said carefully, "that the deadliest creature on your planet is smaller than my smallest claw." "Disease vectors," Zara explained. "They carry malaria, dengue fever, yellow fever, Zika." "Jake, show them the Australian animals file." "Oh yeah." Jake's face lit up with enthusiasm that made several students flinch. He pulled up another set of images. "So Australia is this continent we have, and basically everything there is trying to kill you. Box jellyfish, blue-ringed octopus, funnel-web spiders, saltwater crocodiles, inland taipans." "Stop." Krelthor raised all 4 hands. "Just stop. How is your species not extinct?" Zara and Jake exchanged glances. Max yawned, revealing teeth that could easily shear through bone. "I think," Zara said slowly, "that's kind of the point. We evolved alongside all of that. Our ancestors didn't have the option of finding a safer planet. They had to adapt or die. So we got really good at not dying. And then we started making friends with the things that wanted to eat us, Jake added, ruffling Max's fur. Wolves, cats, even birds of prey. If we couldn't beat them, we befriended them. And if we couldn't befriend them, we avoided them. And if we couldn't avoid them, we ate them. You ate your predators? Yixa's voice was barely a whisper. Some of them, sure. Alligator tastes pretty good, actually. Professor Krelthor sat down heavily in his chair, which groaned under his weight. He'd read the human files, of course. Everyone had. The new species had exploded onto the galactic stage 20 years ago, friendly and eager to learn. Their planet was classified as a Class 9 death world, but Krelthor had assumed that was an exaggeration. The classification system went up to 10, after all, and Class 10 worlds were considered uninhabitable. He was beginning to understand that humans had a very different definition of uninhabitable. Let me see if I understand correctly, he said. Your species evolved on a planet where everything is trying to kill you. Instead of developing better armor or weapons or defensive capabilities like every other sentient species, you just got tougher. And made friends with monsters. Pretty much, Jake agreed. Oh, and we also developed persistence hunting. We just chase prey until it. Max chose that moment to stand up and shake himself, sending drool flying across the front row of desks. The students there abandoned their positions entirely, creating a clear radius around the human and his pet. Class dismissed, Professor Krelthor announced suddenly. I need to file a report with the administration. And possibly request hazard pay. As the students fled with unprecedented speed, Zara leaned over to Jake. You know you're supposed to ease them into the whole, humans are scary, thing, right? Jake looked genuinely confused. I thought bringing Max would help. He's literally the least threatening thing from Earth I could think of. You should have started with something easier. Like a hamster. Oh, those can bite your finger off if they're mad enough. Zara sighed. We're going to get kicked out of the exchange program, aren't we? Probably, Jake admitted. But hey, at least Max made a good first impression. Max barked once, a sound that echoed through the empty classroom like thunder, and wagged his tail happily, completely unaware that he had just redefined the entire galaxy's understanding of humanity.